From cheap Corvettes and vintage Cadillacs to forgotten muscle cars and rare old projects, these 20 classic cars are hiding online for prices that still feel unreal today. Number 1. 1978 Buick Skylark, $5,000, Moroya, Illinois. This 1978 Buick Skylark comes with an LT1 350 swap and automatic transmission. The seller says the car has had extensive work done over the years, including a police ECM setup and drivetrain upgrades. It's currently stored indoors and has reportedly been sitting for over a year. The car is not road-ready at the moment and will need to be trailered home. According to the seller, the main issues involve the intake manifold gasket and recurring fuel pump problems. Even so, it sounds like a serious old-school street project with strong performance potential once sorted out. Number 2. 1970 Chevrolet Impala, $5,000, Franklin, Ohio. This 1970 Chevrolet Impala project already has many of the expensive upgrades completed, including suspension work, newer brake components, and a matching numbers 355 V8 paired with a B&M transmission setup. The floors, trunk, and frame are described as very solid for the car's age. The previous restoration dates back to around 2010, although the paint will definitely need attention. Interior parts are included, and the seller says the car mainly needs wiring installation and rear differential work before returning to the road. Overall, it sounds like a large classic cruiser with plenty of potential left in it. Number 3. 1973 Buick Riviera Coupe 2D, $3,500, Stone Mountain, Georgia. This 1973 Buick Riviera is described simply as a good project car. Finished in green with an automatic transmission, it carries the large personal luxury coupe styling that defined early 1970s American cars. Not much additional information is included in the listing, but the Riviera's long body lines and distinctive design still stand out today. For buyers looking for a vintage Buick project, this one appears to offer a solid starting point at a fairly affordable price.
Number 4. 1978 Volvo 240, $2,000, Frostburg, MD. This 1978 Volvo 240 was previously used as an SCCA ITB race car and comes with a long list of racing modifications. The seller says it starts, runs, drives, and stops, while also featuring upgraded suspension, brakes, ignition components, and custom oil system parts. The body is said to be rust-free, although the car clearly shows its racing history. It does not come with a title or logbook, but for someone interested in vintage race cars or track day projects, this Volvo appears to include plenty of serious hardware already installed. Number 5. 1975 Oldsmobile Starfire, $4,000, Huxley, Iowa. This 1975 Oldsmobile Starfire S remains a fairly original example with a 3.8-liter V6 and automatic transmission. The seller notes that the car was repainted once during the 1980s and recently received a rebuilt transmission along with a new fuel pump. Factory air conditioning is still present, although currently not working. Overall, the car sounds like a usable vintage compact cruiser that has already had substantial mechanical attention and remains relatively uncommon today. Number 6. 1977 Chevrolet Corvette Coupe 2D, $3,300, Campton, Kentucky. This late 70s Corvette project reportedly has a 358 engine installed and was still on the road last year. Finished in black with a red interior, it carries the classic C3 Corvette appearance that remains popular among budget sports car fans. According to the seller, the cylinder heads need to be reinstalled before the car returns to driving condition. Even so, the listing suggests this Corvette could become a solid street project for someone looking for an affordable V8 sports car.
Number 7. 1965 Cadillac Calais, $4,800, McHenry, Illinois. This 1965 Cadillac Calais has reportedly been owned by the same person since 1987 and kept garage stored during that time.
The seller describes the car as largely original, including covered seats and original chrome trim. Although it hasn't been driven regularly in many years, the car still runs and features several newer components, including an exhaust system, battery, and rebuilt air conditioning parts. Overall, it sounds like a large luxury cruiser that has remained preserved over decades of ownership. Number 8. 1978 Chevrolet Corvette Coupe 2D, $4,100, Conley, Georgia. This Corvette Anniversary Edition project includes a running engine and automatic transmission, along with a recently installed battery and fuel tank. The seller describes it as a restoration project that has been sitting for quite some time. The car will need cosmetic attention and general refreshing before returning fully to the road. Still, affordable C3 Corvettes continue to attract attention, especially when the drivetrain is already operational. Number 9. 1964 Ford Fairlane 500, $4,850, Hendersonville, Tennessee. This 1964 Ford Fairlane 500 is described as a running and driving project powered by its original 260 V8 and automatic transmission. The seller notes that the car starts easily and still drives well overall. The Fairlane also includes newer tires, a working stereo, and a newer battery. While the car shows age throughout the body and paint, it still appears to retain the classic mid-1960s Ford look that many enthusiasts enjoy.
Number 10. 1979 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray Coupe 2D, $4,000, Virginia Beach, VA. This 1979 Corvette T-top comes with glass roof panels and a red-on-red color combination. The seller says the engine and transmission are both in good working condition, and the frame reportedly remains solid overall. At the moment, the fuel tank has been removed due to a hole, although the seller can still demonstrate the engine running. For someone wanting a budget-friendly C3 Corvette project, this one appears to offer a workable foundation. Number 11. 1979 Chevrolet Corvette Convertible 2D, $3,000, Lafayette, Indiana. This 1979 Chevrolet Corvette project comes with a black exterior, red interior, and an automatic transmission. The seller says the car runs well and already has several engine modifications, along with headers and newer tires installed. The Corvette currently needs carburetor adjustment, along with some cosmetic attention inside and out. The seller also mentions not having enough time to continue working on the project, making this one more of a budget-friendly hands-on classic. Overall, it sounds like an affordable C3 Corvette that could appeal to someone looking for a running V8 project with some upgrades already completed. Number 12. 1962 Ford GT Coupe 2D, $4,000, Menominee, Wisconsin. Despite the listing title, this vehicle is actually described as a 1962 Ford Falcon equipped with a 144 cubic inch inline-six engine and a 3-speed manual transmission. The seller says the car runs great and delivers strong fuel economy for an early 1960s compact. The simple drivetrain and lightweight design give the Falcon a very traditional vintage driving feel. Cars like this were originally built as practical everyday transportation and remain popular among fans of small American classics. The seller is also open to trades, and overall this appears to be a straightforward classic driver rather than a full restoration project.
Number 13. 1965 Plymouth Barracuda, $2,500, Elkader, Iowa. This 1965 Plymouth Barracuda is powered by a 318 engine paired with an automatic transmission. According to the seller, the car was running and driving last fall before developing carburetor and brake issues. The Barracuda is described as fairly complete and still carries its original fastback styling that helped separate it from other compact Mopars of the era. A clean title is included, which is always a plus for long-term project builds. The underside will require significant work before returning to the road, but for someone wanting an early Barracuda project, this one still appears to have solid restoration potential.
Number 14. 1965 Ford Thunderbird Coupe 2D, $3,000, Beecher, Illinois. This 1965 Ford Thunderbird Coupe is listed with an automatic transmission and a clean title in hand. Finished in white with a blue interior, it carries the large personal luxury styling that defined mid-1960 Thunderbirds. The seller keeps the listing fairly short, but the car appears complete and ready for someone looking for a vintage Ford project or cruiser. Prices on classic Thunderbirds can vary widely depending on condition and originality. At this price point, it could be an interesting entry-level full-size classic for someone wanting a stylish old American coupe. Number 15. 1971 MG MGB Roadster, $1,000, Davison, Michigan. This 1971 MG MGB Roadster had reportedly been stored for around 20 years before the current owner got it running again. The car still features its 4-speed manual transmission, twin SU carburetors, chrome bumpers, and aluminum hood. The seller says the engine runs but will likely need additional work, while the clutch currently prevents the car from being driven home. The body also shows previous repair work, along with rust in several common areas. Even so, classic British roadsters continue to have a strong following, and this one could appeal to someone looking for a low-cost restoration or engine swap project.
Number 16. 1974 Pontiac Ventura, $1,000, Mechanicsville, Virginia. This 1974 Pontiac Ventura is described as a complete car equipped with a 350 engine. The seller also notes that the full interior is included, although not currently installed in the vehicle. Very little additional information is provided, but the Ventura shares much of its platform with other GM compact cars from the same era. Cars like these are often used for restoration projects, street builds, or parts stoners. The car does not come with a title, though it may still attract buyers looking for an affordable vintage GM platform to work with. Number 17. 1974 Ford Maverick, $4,000, Auburn Hills, Michigan. This 1974 Ford Maverick remains a two-owner car and has reportedly been stored indoors throughout much of its life. It features the classic 3-on-the-tree manual transmission setup that many older drivers still remember. The Maverick was originally marketed as a compact and affordable American car, but surviving examples have become less common over the years. This one appears fairly original based on the seller's description. For someone interested in simple 1970s Ford projects or vintage daily drivers, this Maverick could be an interesting survivor-style classic. Number 18. 1950 Oldsmobile Fiesta SS, $1,650, Waterloo, Iowa. This 1950 Oldsmobile two-door hardtop is described as a solid project with the title included. The seller says the V8 engine sounds strong, while the transmission and brakes are both functional. The interior currently comes apart and includes extra seats along with a replacement front fender. According to the listing, the trunk area remains in decent shape, while the floors will need additional attention. Older post-war American cars like this continue to attract interest, thanks to their heavy styling, chrome details, and traditional V8 character.
Number 19. 1965 Dodge D250 Long Bed,
$1,250, Montello, Wisconsin. This 1965 Dodge D200 pickup is being sold as a full project truck and includes only a bill of sale. The seller says the straight-six engine remains complete, while the truck itself still rolls despite needing substantial work overall. The bed shows significant age, although some original body panels are still usable. The truck will need to be low due to its current condition. Classic Dodge trucks from the 1960s have become harder to find over time, especially at lower prices, making this one more of a restoration candidate or long-term builder project. Number 20. 1978 Eagle AMC Concord, $500, Massillon, Ohio. This 1978 AMC Concord is being sold mainly as a parts car and does not come with the title. The seller says the 258 engine is not seized, and the windshield inspection sticker suggests the car remained of the road into the early 2000s. Several parts have already been removed over the years, including the steering column and front fenders. Even so, the body reportedly has less rust than expected, thanks to the car originally coming from North Carolina. For AMC enthusiasts, older Concords and related models are becoming increasingly difficult to find, especially at very low entry prices like this one. Thanks for watching. Drop your favorite classic in the comments and subscribe for more affordable vintage cars, hidden projects, and old-school American legends.